Hello, how are you? I'm back here on Air Dutch Farm. Now, I was just about to move these guys, but I just realized it's dark, and I really do want to see the playhouse at night. So, yeah, I'm gonna go have a wee look. Oh, and I do this every time. You gotta get this just right, or the stream catches you. So we're going to just back up here like so. Get into photo mode, get rid of that, and if it was evening in here, yeah, it would still feel pretty good. I think this is just fine. The space place, oh yeah, we get the stars and the moon giving a wee giggle up there, the nice little stars floating around on the ceiling and the walls, the little tick 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 of the balls over there, that's called something, I can't remember what it's called. This is feeling okay. I mean, if you were heading into cryogenic sleep, you'd feel pretty good. Look at these. Hello, how are you? Puppy's happy. Pete is always happy. The pirate room. Yep, you can still play in here. It's all good. There's enough light. And I put, for lighting in here, like the little bear there is actually got some, glow-in-the-dark footies and stuff. But we've got this sort of, come to my parlor for tea thing going. So I put the little parlor lamp in the back there. I thought that would be a nice touch. If you were making believe that you were sitting in a lovely little Victorian home having tea with your friends. I just wanted to see it at night. And this is the first chance I've had actually since I did the recordings. Oh, this is so fun. I'm sorry. I amuse myself too easily sometimes, I think, perhaps. But I think I'm going to get the screenshot right here of this one. The tea parlor for the thumbnail, because these little bears having tea are just making me ridiculously happy. I'm easily amused. Clearly. Right there, that's not bad. And then room for the title across the top. I think it's okay. Alrighty, then let's get out and get some work done. I want to build a forest, and I did mention that before, and I've looked at a few places. I thought about over here, because this is pretty good. It's next to the campground, right? We could add a bunch of trees up here. We've got that wilderness feel to it. We could just fill up this little valley and a couple of hills here with trees, and it's still really high on the list of possibilities, and it feels like country because we've got the farms all the way across. I could move those two barns easily enough. We've got the nice rocky bit here. We've got some little, the little beck there. Our goat farm is over here, but I suppose that's not too dreadful. There's not tons and tons of room, but I suppose I could kind of move out into even this area should I decide that I needed more room. But I'd have to remove those barns. So that's the thing. This is definitely high on the list. It feels like it'd be a pretty good place for a forest. It's flat enough to build a little stream and stuff like that through. I don't know. This is not a bad plan. I thought about this spot here, but this one, this is a very awkward shape. If I wanted to make it forest, all of these light green places with the hills are going to be open space. You're going to feel like you've got long roads through here, and that's not, yeah. It's not going to be a good place for planting other things either, but I don't think it's my forest. I don't think this is where I want to be. I don't know what this will be, probably very little. Just one of those little settings that you put in and a few plants here and there and just, call her done. And I thought about this area through here as well. This being a forest, again, it's next to the campground. We do have some trees there, and we could mingle a few of those out into the other stuff, so there wasn't such a harsh line. We do have this lovely little island here. We've got water, 4 bridges. I really feel like this island needs to be something kind of special. So this, you know, these two areas, I decided the hills there in front of us are not right, but I suppose back here could be. Not too bad. This whole open area here, of course, from this was the starting area. And again, I could move those two barns if I felt a need to. And there's lots of wide open space here. I mean, this could definitely be a good forest. Not too far from town, kind of breaks up the countryside there. And I don't know, this is actually pretty good, isn't it? This is actually pretty good. And I figured this center spot here will end up being, again, probably flowers. More of these, more than likely, than anything else. You know, running a few long rows, or some, you know, more just quest farming, you know, the field crops. Actually, while we're chatting here, let's go and do that because I forget. And these were, we've had a couple of bigger quests. This is actually smaller than the last one. For coconut trees. They seem to, everything runs in groups, don't they? And there's actually a good reason for that. When you, if you're kind of using your computer clock to make things random, it's not actually all that random. It can be, it does what happens with this is you tend to get things in cycles. And I do have some quest things to do there. I might as well go take care of our goats. See, while I'm doing this, I mean, picturing a forest right behind there. It's not bad. This is not dreadful. I'm not sure that I'm even going to be able to pick this easily. I may end up mulling this over for a few days, quite frankly. I'm not so sure. And then there is one other place that seems like, so right now, I'm right in here because it's next to that. Yeah, this part right here is really high on the list. This one is it's become definitely a no. It could be right here, just a center forest. And the other part I was thinking about was over here, because it's a good flat area. We do have some water in it already. I want to build like a little river and stuff. We do have the pond over here. This is very much supposed to be out in the country kind of thing. So, I mean, this one could work out really well too, quite frankly. And these, I just want to move these. These got plopped out of the way. And there they are. Just sitting here in the way of other things. And they're so pretty. These are one of my favorite plants. I don't harvest them all that often, I'll be honest, except for questing, because, you know, you get the fiber from the bunnies and things. And then there's this little weird wonky hill here. Another one of those totally awkward places. It just doesn't really have a lot of room. Unless some of the barns I pick up from other places, I just put them back here. And that is definitely a possibility. We could just get rid of them. I could remove the windmills there, but I don't know. This one's going to be tough. And then, of course, this is the starting area. This is a nice big place. Do we want a forest here? We could. We could totally put a forest here. There'd be lots of room to do a river and things in it. And it would be right next to the castle that, you know, sits on the hill next to the forest. So the main ones right now are here. Right in here next to the castle and back here. And before I do that, I'm going to see what you guys think of it. So I'm going to call this one up here number 1 next to the campground. This will be option 1. I'm doing a poll here, guys. Option 1. Option 2 would be in here, and option 3 would be down here. I hope that the cursor is showing. But option 1 is up here where the 30 and 33 and 4. So it would be north of the goat farm and east of our campground. The other option is right here at the starting zone, where my little blue or purple cursor is to show where I'm at. And the last option would be down here next to this little this pond, basically, just this little pond, and that'll be moved. So if I need more room, I could move up around the pond. There's that wee little island there. There's a lot to be said for this place too, and this actually would be a great place for it too, but I want to keep this open for the fairgrounds and all that stuff. So there we are, options 1, 2, 3, making just a diagonal stripe across here. So I'm going to wait and see what your opinions are on this. And yeah, this would be the starting area one. This would be the second option. And I think while we're moving things, let's take these 2 houses. It is time to move you over into the area where you are going to be living out your happy little lives, which is going to be up here some darn place. For right now, I will just put you into here. So somewhere up here, over the rainbow, there will be a nice little fairground carnival thing. Will be a happy thing. I turned this into like a gift shop restaurant before, and I'll probably do the exact same thing. Because, I mean, if this is going to be the circus tent, then, I mean, what are you going to do with it, really? You're not going to turn it into a house. I mean, I suppose you could take part of it in the back and turn it into where the owner lives. I guess. I have gone to places like that in the countryside, right? Somebody has a property, they're trying to raise some money. They rent out a couple of rooms as a B&B, and then they take, you know, there was one place, was it, oh man, where the heck was that? Somewhere, not southern Ontario, on the edge of it. And they had made little houses that you could walk through, and there were little houses for all these various fairy tales and stuff like that. It was actually quite cute. This one I kind of use all the time, but I could use that one instead, couldn't I? Because I'm thinking I'm going to want to be able to take care of those houses without having to run too far. So we'll put this over. I spend a lot of time moving things around on my farms. In case you've missed that, it's actually true. I do. And those, the mustard that we're seeing, of course, this will end up into here in some fashion somewhere nearby, even if it just rows off to the side when I finally figure out what I'm going to do with that. But for now, so options 1 for the forest, 2 for the forest, 3 for the forest. Right now we are going to head over to, you know, this would be the last option, the number 3. It'll be next to the our herb garden over here, or a diamond garden, really. Less herb, more diamond, but because there are flowers and tea and other things. And do I have anything that I should be planting today? Ooh, spinach. Wonder how many of these I need. I could just check, you know, do something different. Okay, I have enough beans. The money tree I got to get to. I only need 70. Well, that's like hardly any. And now I need less than 70. Okay, so what I might do with these is just, sometimes I just kind of run it back and forth and get them done. And then don't have to harvest them anymore. I can get on, I don't have to plant them anymore. I can get on with the harvesting that I'm doing. Is that going to be enough? No. No, 'tis not. Not even. But a couple times would be. I need to check on the animals, the ones who don't have farm hands. Make sure everybody's fed and happy. The farm is coming along. It really, it's feeling pretty good. It is feeling pretty good. So there we go. That's going to be enough. Oh, yeah. And you will notice, oh, it stopped counting because I wish the you had seen what the counter was doing there, but oh well, I fail. It's good. I was just about to point out something when the quest ended. It finished itself, so it's like, oh well, that's too bad. You know, the nice thing about having these watered is it's even faster now, because even when I'm just in here in the evening late, this is sort of my wind down time. I think I was telling Dutch One, the lady that comes and visits sometimes, that I come in sometimes at night and just sort of give a check over, make sure all the animals are fed. I've spent a lot of my life in barns doing that very thing, last thing at night, and this game lets me just kind of quieten down, settle my head a little bit. I don't take on the questing too much. I don't harvest too much. Sometimes that's when I do the flowers mostly. I'll just go through the flowers and do a bunch of harvesting, watching something I've already seen on Disney Plus, so I don't have to pay too much attention. And just let your brain kind of wind down slowly. Just feed the animals. Harvest some flowers. Life is good. But this one is a poll. I really want to, I want to see what you guys think of those 3 spots. And basically, near the goat farm and the campground. I mean, that seems kind of like a pretty good fit. The big area in the middle here would mean that we have a central forest, which sounds really nice. There would be a forest on the other side of the castle. When we're in the forest, you'll be able to see the castle at the hill. That's definitely a selling point, which I quite like as well. And then the last 3rd spot would be down in that sort of, down here in this little area, just a bit of a valley with a river running through it, which is next to the pond that's already feeling kind of country. There's the diamond farm will be down there, the garden, I guess, more than a farm, but that will be down there. But I mean, that could be a country estate too, right? We could put, I don't know, maybe I'll steal one of the houses and put it down there or something. Probably I won't, but I could put some of the other little houses, and that could just be a little estate in the country as well, next to the forest. But those be the options, and I will be looking for your opinions on that. 'Cause, yeah. Well, this is fun, just winding down. Anyway, I will end this and just continue doing my harvesting. Actually, should I be replanting? No, but I could be replanting some of those. Although the summer's almost over, it looks like that's not going to happen this summer. That's okay. It's all good. There's always more where that came from, right? The seasons will come back. Summer will return. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being such wonderful people. You guys who watch this on a regular basis are just so kind. I love it. And until I see you next time and find out what it is you want and where we're going to put our forest, let's try to live our lives happy and build it beautiful. Bye-bye.